Hello guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the first ever video to be uploaded here, so please like and subscribe as I will upload informative and satisfying content every week. Now into today's video. No power on earth can stop an oppressed people determined to win their freedom, Nelson Mandela. The 20th century Joseph who rose from the notorious Robben Island Penitentiary to become the President of South Africa in 1994. Just like the biblical Joseph and Mandela, a couple of men have emerged from prison to become the president of their countries. Here are 5 of them. Number 1 on the list of the people who went to prison before becoming presidents is Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary, political leader, and philanthropist, who served as President of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head of state, elected in a fully representative democratic election and globally regarded as an icon of democracy and social justice. Mandela is one of the most prominent nationalists in Africa and the founder of Umkhonto, a militant group against the South African apartheid government. He is one of the few men who went from prison to becoming the president of the country. Mandela was arrested on multiple occasions for seditious activities, but his most notable incarceration was from 1962 to 1990, after he was arrested and imprisoned for sabotage and conspiracy to violently overthrow the government via Umkhonto we Sizwe. Due to widespread agitation, domestic and international pressure and fears of racial civil war, Mandela was released from prison in 1990. 2. Robert Mugabe. Zimbabwe revolutionary and political leader, Robert Mugabe is one of the few men in the world who went from prison to presidency. He served as Prime Minister of Zimbabwe from 1980 to 1987 and then as President from 1987 to 2017. He is generally considered an African nationalist who helped free Zimbabwe from British colonialism, imperialism, and white minority rule. Due to Mugabe's opposition to British rule, and his position as a prominent member of the Zimbabwe African National Union, ZANU, he was arrested in December 1963 and detained until November 1974. After his release, he fled to Mozambique, established his leadership of ZANU and began waging guerrilla wars against the country's predominantly white government. Mugabe's guerrilla war eventually led to peace talk between him and the United Kingdom. This eventually resulted in the country's independence on the condition that they conduct a democratic election. In the conducted election, Mugabe led ZANU-PF to victory and became Prime Minister in April 1980 and President in 1987. 3. Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma was the 4th democratically elected president of South Africa and one of the most prominent anti-apartheid activists. He also served as the deputy president of South Africa from 1999 to 2005 but was dismissed by President Thabo Mbeki in 2005. Zuma joined the ANC, the country's ruling party, in 1959 and its military wing, Umkhonto we Sizwe, in 1962. He was arrested in 1963 and sentenced to 10 years in prison on Robben Island, where he served his time with Nelson Mandela and other notable ANC leaders also imprisoned during this time for conspiring to overthrow South Africa's apartheid government. After his release, Zuma fled the country but continued to work for the ANC while based in neighboring countries. He returned to the country in 1990 and was elected chairperson of the Southern Natal region. Zuma rose through several ranks and led the party to victory in the 2009 general election. He was elected President of South Africa until his retirement in 2018. 4. Jomo Kenyatta. African nationalist, Jomo Kenyatta is one of the few men who left prison to attain the presidential position of their country. The renowned anti-colonial activists governed Kenya as its prime minister from 1963 to 1964 and then as its first president from 1964 to his death in 1978. He was the country's first indigenous head of government. Before he was elected the leader of the country, Kenyatta lobbied for the independence of Kenya from British colonial rule, attracting widespread indigenous support yet animosity from white settlers. In 1952, He was among the Kapunguria 6 arrested and charged with masterminding the anti-colonial Mau Mau uprising. He was convicted and remained imprisoned until 1959, then exiled until 1961. On his release, Kenyatta was appointed president of KANU, Kenya Africa National Union, and led the party to victory in the 1963 general election. He became prime minister and oversaw the transition of the Kenya colony into an independent republic. He became president in 1964 and ruled till 1978 when he died of a stroke. 5. Last on today's video list. Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru is an Indian anti-colonial nationalist and social democrat who was a central figure in India during the middle of the 20th century. He was a principal leader of the Indian nationalist movement in the 1930s and 1940s. Upon India's independence in 1947, he served as the country's prime minister for 17 years. In the struggle for India's independence, Jawaharlal Nehru went to jail 9 times. He first went to jail in British-ruled India in 1921 after calling for the boycott of a tour by the Prince of Wales. He spent a total of 3,259 days, an approximation of 9 years, in jail on various charges, often as a result of his involvement with the civil disobedience campaigns of political ally Mahatma Gandhi, who also spent years in prison. As earlier stated, he was elected the country's first prime minister in 1947 after independence, embarking on an ambitious program of economic, social, and political reforms. He is generally regarded as the architect of modern India. Now that you've gotten to the end of this video, thank you, and congratulations on the opening of this new channel. Yes, we did it. It's time to hit some buttons. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye. Thanks for watching. Till next time.